Right, and we're going to see some interesting compositions. We're going to see a Thunderer and a Yamato from ADRIA as their battleships. That's going to be both like anchoring and kiting. Meanwhile, Rain are going to be taking an Ohio and a Thunderer. That's going to be for pushing and kiting. Cruisers, we're going to see Petro, Stalingrad, Hindenburg from Rain. So that's, very static composition with the Hindenburg for a kiting flank. We're going to be seeing Moskva, two Nevskys, Petro, Stalingrad. The Moskva, the Petro, and the Stalingrad will be used for a kiting, static position, anchoring, and the Nevskys are both going to be used for kiting. The Kleber and the Smaland can both be used as, again, a death squad, or they can just use for speed caps and radar play. So let's have a look at the initial deployment. We're probably going to see that Kleber's both heading towards the B cap or the C cap immediately. Let's see if we can find. This Kleber is heading towards the C cap, going to go for an early cap over there, or trying to find a nice position up here to support a Smaland, possibly going for an early radar entry play. We're going to see the Kleber from ADRIA going to be heading towards this cap, just get himself snuck in there as nice and early, while the Smaland is going to be going over here, possibly trying to catch out anything that tries to make a sneaky play up the middle. We're going to be seeing the Nevsky and the Moskva heading towards over this, HE spamming anything that tries to come, and the Yamato is just the do not pass this point line. Stalingrad and Petropavlovsk going to be finding some little anchoring points over on these islands, maybe aggressive positioning down here, we'll see how that pans out. Nevsky going to be finding a way over here, something to farm over there. This Petropavlovsk probably going to be taking a very aggressive position, maybe forcing his way up here, or just holding off. Stalingrad and Ohio and the Hindenburg and the Petropavlovsk, yeah, this is their main force. They're going to try and kill anything that's over here. Definitely huge focus fire going to be aimed towards the Thunderer or the Nevsky, just trying to burn down or just nuke from orbit those squishier ships. As we see, the Kleber dumping torps, expecting the Smaland to come try and get this cap. The Kleber does lose out concealment wise on this. The Smaland will outspot him, and the Smaland also has a radar if the Kleber tries to run away. So Sheep needs to play this very carefully. Counterside, Mickey12345 is getting himself the A cap quite nicely. He is going to be pressured by radar from the Smaland and the Petropavlovsk and the Stalingrad at some point soon. So he needs to be very careful with his positioning. He needs to make himself not locked down in this cap. He wants to either get out of this cap as quickly as possible or anchor this cap. He needs to make a decision, and it looks like he's going to be getting out of this cap so he can be more free to roam around and make plays than just sitting there as a rock being unused. We do see the Kleber take this cap, but the Smaland is going to be finding him quite now, and shots out, not doing anything. That might have been blind fire. Yeah, it looks like it was blind fire trying to get where they expected him to be. See the Hindenburg and co pushing the way up the Smaland, forcing himself in the cap. Kleber thinks he's going to come around there, so he's preemptively torping. But Smaland's just going to be like, alright, this is my cap now, see you later, bye. Smaland is going to reverse into this cap. They are going to trade torpedoes at each other. The Kleber expects him to take this exit out, but he's actually going to be blocked up here. And this torpedo salvo is just going to be accelerated past quite soon. But they are going to open and spot each other. Might we see shells coming in from their allies very shortly. Do you see shots across from the Petropavlovsk? Isn't it? Because it's a Kleber and it's made of speed. This Petropavlovsk is taking a very forward anchoring position. Look at the low profile here. He's got his guns forward, and not very much of a superstructure is able to be hit. He's going to take a fire though. Smaland gets his cap. More trading between the Smaland and the Kleber. Sheep's just going to get himself out of there. It's like, nah, bye, see you later. Thunder of the Bastion getting himself slightly farmed. Should be doing alright though. It's a battleship. He can survive. Stalingrad taking and they're trying to force some more fires, maybe force a Damcon, maybe force them to fall back for a bit while they get some positioning advantages. They are sending the Petropavlovsk and the Hindenburg to push up this flank. All they have holding them back is the Nevsky. The Nevsky will do a lot of damage farming, but he cannot hold them back. They can just charge forward. It is a Thunderer and a Nevsky. They are very squishy ships relatively to this force, so there will be a lot of they need to just try and go dark, get away. They cannot hold this push. They can farm it a bit, but the combined firepower of these guys will slowly whittle them down before these get whittled down in return. And at that point, they will be able to get a nice surrounding angle onto this Stalingrad, who will be forced back, and then that will leave this guy, and it's just like a slow, methodical push around the map. This Nevsky is taking up a position right at the back of the map, expecting to find something pushing up the 10 line, which we haven't been seeing very much today. Thunderer taking more farming. We do see a radar coming up from the Petropavlovsk in the middle of the map, and then a counter radar. Kaveh, are you spotted? Yeah, you are spotted. Just take one decent chunk from Petropavlovsk. Does manage to dodge the Thunderer, does no longer get radared, so he's gonna do a bit more wiggling. There are more shells in the air. Let's take a small chunk out of him. Gonna keep himself in the cap. Just draw out another radar before he has to make any plays. Do you see lots of shots being exchanged on that Moskva? The Moskva from ADRIA is getting farmed down. It just explodes. That was a lot of damage, a lot of fast. Once again, radar comes out onto the Kaveh. Just doing a little bit of engine juking back and forward, trying to dodge as much damage as possible, and it's not working very well for him. He's just taking massive chunks. The Kaveh has to leave and just has to give up on that. As we see, the Hindenburg and the Petropavlovsk have forced out this Nevsky and traded very effectively with him. The ADRIA Stalingrad next to be farmed, along with the Petropavlovsk. They're both bunkered into the same position and they're just getting farmed. Sorry, let's reveal everybody again. We accidentally had torpedoes out towards Petropavlovsk. Torpedoes out towards the Smaland. We do see the Kleber and the Petropavlovsk might have a meeting of the minds relatively soon. Kleber is going to be like, alright, I'm going back to port, see you later. Beaches himself into the port, starts reversing, catches a radar, and then is probably going to realise he's not in a nice enough position. He's going to just be able to get this turn in. Oh, no, he's going to dock. He's like, I'd like to resupply, I would like some more torpedoes, please. Need to get some torpedoes, maybe some health, and he's going to get farmed. Just dock yourself in nice slightly while the Hindenburg and the Petropavlovsk try to murder him in port. At the same time, we are seeing more shots out onto the Nevsky and the Thunderer, forcing them farther and further back. This Pavlovsk getting himself farmed down. This Smaland is going to be the next giant radar. It doesn't even need to. This Kleber, at least his crew don't have to go very far. Petro, you're next on the chopping block. Focus fire coming in. Smaland, Petropavlovsk, Thunderer, all opening up. Gonna get those fires, gonna get that raw HE damage. And they're doing nothing with the superior forces at sea. The Kleber has been holding back this entire flank solo. These two ships have been there in spirit, but they haven't needed to do anything. They've been free to apply their pressure to this side of the map. do see torpedoes coming in. They're all going to be successfully dodged, but they've given up far too much map control far too quickly, and there's not really much they can do at this point. Rain are just in a very dominant position, just lining up, just all of them, all of them able to get shots on whatever they're farming. The focus fire from Rain is immense. Nevsky is slowly burning down as well. He's going to pop with Damacon. They're going to know about that. I do not see a way for these to get back into this game. So which one's going to die first? Stalingrad's on fire, they've reversed into each other, they both realise, oh right, I can't actually reverse anymore because I'll just be given broadside the other side. So they go back out just to eat some more damage. It's not looking good for these two, they are completely surrounded. Thunderer is now treated to using cover. Nevsky is just like, alright, I think we're done here, lads. So he's going to try and make a play with these ships, which needed to make a play a lot longer ago. The Yamato has pushed himself really far forward, but it's too late for that. It's way too late for that. Saved all of his health for the end of the game. And the end of the game just hasn't come. It's just, there's going to be no end game. This game's over in the dead game. We do see a big shot onto Smalland. We do see shots out onto the sheep. I mean, this might be a win harder case, but I very much doubt it is Rain. "25 health left on that Stalingrad before he got his heal off. Doesn't matter though, he is dead. And then the Petropavlovs shouldn't be too far behind, which means they have complete control over, well, this side. Well, they are surrounded, but they are also surrounding this. The Nevsky and the Thunderer are in no position to make any sort of cross shots. They're all just sat there, just getting farmed down. These are all going to focus fire on these two ships, force them out, and then they're going to be able to get a complete collapse around these if required. Even this Nevsky, you can't push into Nevsky, otherwise this happens. All of his health is gone. You made paper. The Nevsky needs to be far away. The reason they call the Nevsky the Big Ensk. It's like a small Ensk, but bigger. There we go, that's the other Nevsky down. Which leaves a map victory for Rain. Alright, we're gonna go, there's a 1-0 towards Rain, but we're gonna go back to casting something something else. We do have our game queued up in the next 10 minutes. I mean, we could probably cast game 2.